Streaming.
Okay.
All right, look at the live chat feed there. Okay, we have started our second Friday Night Live event with Engineer775. It says starting. It's starting here. So, all right, come down. Let's see if we. All right, folks. It's Engineer775 here with my son. I'll call him Little Engineer775. Let's get the cobwebs off the mic. How we doing?
Hi.
Hey, say hello to Johnny. Hey, boss. Got Johnny Valentine signed on here, and looking forward to talking about the things that we worked on this week. Let's get this show on the road. I agree. So I hope you can see me. Boss, give me some feedback while we get going here. Aloha. Hey, Chase, how you doing? So people are coming on. And can you see the pictures? I got a slideshow to share with you of an amazing project. Breaker 19. Okay, what does that mean? I know what it means. Can you hear me? I love my crank. All right, Preston, I appreciate it. I think, is that Preston from Texas? I see you, and Eli. Okay, hey, Elmer. All right, some folks are coming on here, so you guys can help me out. You can see the pictures. Thanks, Bradley. All right, yes, I got my little engineer with me. He helped me last time deal with any trolls. He is so excited to block the picture.
Logics.
Okay, great. Thanks, boss. Cool.
Audio.
We're not in a storm today, so hopefully my internet connection is going to be a little more stable and we won't have the glitches that we had last time. All the lag, the glitches. Do I got the lingo down, Eli? What other problems do I have?
Audio is great.
Audio is great. All right, very good. Well, pardon, I'm just using a different microphone, and we are just we're going to get going. I want to do Q&A, but I want to tell you about an awesome project. So I kind of want to give weekly updates. And if you can see the picture of this house here, this is a house of a friend of mine. It's close to where I live. We have been working together for the last year to kind of blend two amazing technologies, that being solar energy, blending it with hydronics. He's a manufacturer of a hydronic chiller I've been sharing with you, and his company is Multi-Aqua, headquartered in Easley, South Carolina. And Ralph and I have become good friends, and we kind of addicted to helping other people and showing what we've learned. Ralph's been doing this for 40 plus years, and in terms of manufacturing hydronic equipment, ways to cool and heat and bring comfort to many lives all around the world. And I talked to Ralph about a year ago, said, hey, Ralph, can we run this thing off of solar? What are you doing here? So we were talking compressors. At that time, we were talking about expanders and scroll expanders and air squared and a lot of different neat things. We still want to make electricity off of thermal energy. We really, I think, there is a heat engine out there that's going to work for everyone. It's going to be awesome. But we're not there yet. But in my pursuit of using water to do everything, water for drinking, water pumping, water for pressure, water for heating, water for cooling, and this project is doing both of those things. So it's an amazing thing, and I want to share some of the slides. So this is his home, and you see two CalMac tanks out front. Those are ice tanks, and we were scrambling. Johnny from Gain Solar and Larry from Copperhead Electric and a bunch of friends. We worked so hard to get ready for the show Ask This Old House. So this whole project will be featured probably in October on PBS on the show Ask This Old House. They were here Tuesday. We had a beautiful day. But to get to that point, we did a lot of work. And let me show you. So we started with an old house and some thermal storage tanks. And the whole reason for this project, this is one of the first homes in the United States that has thermal storage. And what I mean by that is that we're storing cold water and we're storing heat in water. So we have a hot water tank, a cold water tank, and we're able to take and absorb all the heat out of this home on a very hot South Carolina day and put it into water. Instead of venting it to the atmosphere or exhausting it to the atmosphere.
Where do you order ice ball?
That's a good question. Go grab one of those things, Eli, and we'll show the people what The gentleman that has the ice balls is Victor. You'll have to send me an email and I'll reply to you. My email is info@practicalpreppers.com. So how are we doing here? We're in a live chat. How many people are? We got some people coming on here.
Yeah, we got lots of people.
Lots of people. Okay, I don't know if anybody can see this. This is the ice ball the gentleman referred to. This is what we freeze using the sun, and it's a dimpled ice ball. You see the condensate forming on it right now. This was solid ice created by the little Sunrunner solar generator behind me. So here you go.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, let me take you through this house. Let me show you some slides. I'm going to show you some cool pics first. How's the live chat working? So you guys, can you see the live chat? I wanted to add the live chat to so you can kind of see the questions coming in. So wanted to kind of share that with you. Hey Troy, hey drafting savant, and cool. You lost me. You're gone. He's gone. Why am I gone? I hope I come back. Well, I'm going to keep going. I can't. He's back. There's a lot of lag. So maybe I'm doing too many things, but I'm using Open Broadcaster, and I put the live chat on here, some pictures. So what I'm showing you, I'm going through these pictures showing you the house. 15 tons of cooling equipment was removed. Pool pumps, pool heaters, all removed and replaced by some cool stuff. This was the electrical wall that was a daunting challenge for Gain Solar Services and Copperhead Electric. They did an awesome job getting it done. The house was being torn to pieces to get pipes run here and there. My buddy Brian set the tanks in, buried the CalMac tanks for the thermal storage part of the project. Got those set. You can see them as we're going through here. Hopefully you can see them. And then they started gluing and burying pipes. All this was 1.25" PVC. Again, we switching from refrigerant to water. Water is the gold standard for moving heat. Yes. What do we got?
Which solar company is best for?
Where I am getting a job. Which solar company? There are so many solar companies. So
they're good.
We think Gain Solar is the best. West Coast Sustainable is a pretty good company. And Practical Preppers is starting to hold its own when it comes to solar installations, both small and big. So anyway, I'm back. I don't know why it delays so bad. So here we're starting to hook up these the CalMac tanks, and let's take you through a few more slides. Here are the chillers. These are the Simultaneous hot and cold chillers from Multi-Aqua, and our local crane company. We've used these folks to do a lot of our crazy projects. And here we go. We're lifting a chiller up above and over the house, and we're going to lift it completely down into this area that has been stripped of all the heating and air equipment. And now we're setting the 2 chillers in place. And here's the other chiller set in place, and now the air handlers. All the air handlers were replaced with 4-pipe air handlers. Here's under the house. I know I'm going fast. How are we doing with comments? How much was the total cost? You know, this project's not done. Let me tell you, it's an experiment. It is an R&D project, and so a lot of cost. There's 40,000 watts of solar, 4 Pika Energy inverters, chillers, tons of stuff. Hello, Craig. Hello, Mr. Rain. I'm just saying hello to a few people. EcoPower makes an interesting CHP. Yes, there is EcoPower does.
Getting chilled.
Total cost, I can only guess. I'm gonna say 150K right now, but don't hold that against me. This is a learning experience. This is gonna apply to a lot of homes. Hydronics is coming, folks. Getting the refrigerant out of the homes, being able to do this, and not only do it in an efficient manner with water, but to be able to power this equipment with solar, with batteries, with wind, with generators. So we're going to keep going. So this is under the house, replacing the air handlers. See, nice new air handlers going in, 4-pipe air handlers. And this is our trenching. We love to tear things up. So we're putting in the pipes. This is bringing the power from the solar. So this was the largest Schledder ground mount that I have built. It's 120 foot long. It has 72 solar panels on it, and that's just half of it. And here we go. We got concrete set in the post. You've seen some of this. There we are. There's my buddy Abraham and I pretty much built the whole array. It was fun. We had a good time hanging out, working hard. So this is good, honest, hard work doing solar, plumbing, hydronics, air conditioning. Everybody worked really hard, and we beat the deadline. Fun to see you conquer the installs you do. It is huge. It is absolutely huge, and it's only half of it. Here's me trying to smile and have a good time. We're thankful that the sun went behind the trees so we could actually put some panels up. It was hot. Here's the tanks. Here's the solar, and some of our, yeah, there you go. There's a good shot. 72 solar panels. That's our southeast facing array, and we'll be putting up a southwest facing array soon, within the next 2 weeks. Will you be using storage tanks with the cryo balls? No, the tanks, let me go back to this. Let me just, you can go to CalMac, look up these tanks. These are ice banks. There are like PEX cassettes in these, and they, there's glycol, propylene glycol, about 30% mixture that pumps through these tanks. And as it pumps through these tanks, the set point is down around 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which causes the tank to actually freeze. And so we're still experimenting with that. Lost again. I don't know why I'm gone again. So
Yeah, it shows a buffering on the screen.
well, we're gonna
Now it's done.
fix that next time. We're gonna get the internet company. We need more power, Eli. Don't we? We need a flux capacitor or something. We need more power for sure. So we're making ice banks, making ice. There's a cassette inside this made out of PEX. The glycol circulating through the water freezes the water and then is used later after the sun goes down. We just use circulating pumps to take the heat out of the tank and use it wherever we need to put it. So, okay, that sounds good, Redhead. That's a big house. Think it will be a net generator back to grid when done. I am not sure what the question is. We are going to add batteries. Let me keep going. Let me show you some more stuff. There's solar. Working on the air handlers underneath, replacing everything. This was all the equipment that was in there before. That all got removed. A generator was removed. These 3 big condenser units, they were thrown away. We took 4 electric water heaters out of this house. 4 electric water heaters, 80 gallons, removed, replaced with 1 hydronic HTP tank. And the hot water that is being absorbed, the hot air, the hot energy from this house is being absorbed and transferred to the domestic water tank. So I think he's got about 400 gallons of stored water, 120 degree water. So that's an awesome thing. So you can see our power wall here. We use Pika Energy. Pika's out of Maine. This install went great. This is our second big Pika install. There are 2 7601 7600 watt grid tie inverters here, and then there are 2 more of them inside these chillers. So there's a total of 4 grid tie inverters, each of them having critical loads panels.
What size of a HTP?
119 gallon. Good question. Built to perform. It's 119 gallon, and it handles everything that the 4 80 gallon water heaters did before for this house. Hello, HRM Weapons Machinist. Yeah, it's expensive system, but the technology can be scaled up. It can be scaled down. And again, what we did, we replaced 15 tons of cooling with 10 tons. We replaced 4 80-gallon water heaters with 1 119-gallon water heater. So our goal is to take this house, which had a $1,000+ electric bill every month, to 0 using solar energy. So we're gonna prove some things here. We're gonna learn a lot, hopefully share a lot with you. And we're going to be adding, there's a couple gaps here in this wall that you can't really see, and those are for transfer switches for generators. And here's the crew from this old house. This is my buddy Ralph and his wife Maria and Ross from the show, and I forgot these guys, I forgot their names, but they're the crew from this old house that shot it. You can see them setting up to film inside the house. And I tried to video bomb them several times. They had really nice setups, and I tried to get in there. They got a little upset with me. Who is this guy walking around with his video camera trying to do YouTube when we are here as professionals? And they are. They do a great job with this old house. But I couldn't help myself. I had to video bomb a little bit. How scaled down can this go? This can go down. This is a 10-ton system with 40,000 watts of solar. This can be scaled down to a 3-ton chiller or even smaller. There are 2-ton chillers available. So you could take. I talked to a gentleman today. He's building a new house, 1,500 square feet, and talked to him about a 2-ton hydronic chiller that could handle his entire house. And so it's a scalable technology. This has been done in an industrial setting for 20 plus years, and now it's time has come to use hydronics. And I guess just because I'm a water guy, if I can do everything with water, I will. And so.
Could this system be set up for heating?
It is set up for heating. It does heat. It will heat the house. It will cool a house. It will simultaneously make hot and cold water. It can do each one independently. That's what the amazing thing about this machine. This is, I keep calling it Ralph's magnum opus. This is, he's been doing this for a long time. I just came in and said, I wanted to learn everything about it, and I want to be able to do this off grid. I want to take this system completely into a sustainable realm. And actually go through the process of analyzing every single watt it's taking to do this. So, at first, in my opinion, a lot of money is thrown at this, but I'm counting every nickel and every watt used to create this power. So we're looking at everything from the control valves, the circulating pumps, the chillers themselves, the amount of solar required, the right battery, the generators that can be coupled with it, extracting energy and heat off the generators, pulling power, heat, and off those solar panels. It never stops. So we have a little bit of a sickness. We're addicted to figuring things out. It's a lot of fun. And we have a great team of people working on it. You went away. I'll come back. Buffering again. I don't know why. What about ROI? We're not there yet, folks. We are trying to prove the technology. So on the financial side of things, we just know that it works. It's going to be we take this house from $1,200 a month down to a couple hundred a month. We have a pretty good. We've won. Now we had a time crunch, a time constraint because. This old house, PBS said, we are going to be there next week. And so we really had about 2 weeks from beginning to end to rebuild the heating and cooling system for this house and add the solar and the inverters and redo all the electrical, external electrical and critical loads panels to make it happen. So I think I'm still wiped out from it.
U812 green, I understand the cooling, but what about the heating?
Yeah, the heating is also, the heating, I can't really go into the refrigeration loop now, but the heating is also done with the same unit. So there's 2 flat braze plate heat exchangers and a refrigeration circuit. One heat exchanger is for cooling and one is heating. I don't have a good picture of the chiller.
Troy dollars and $5. Thanks for taking time to share.
Okay, so anyway, that's kind of an update on the project this week. And I got to show you a lot more pictures and talk to you about it, but I'm just going to jump into the Q&A portion of this. So fire away. I can kind of see Gainesville inverters are 380 volts DC, and they make yes. Thanks for some of the questions. You can see the chat. Can you guys see the chat? Okay. I wanted to add it to your feed so that you can see what's going on here. I just saw a baby wipe commercial during your video. Oh, I have no idea. How much is the cost of this system? Everybody asks about the cost. It's probably $150,000 if I was to guess.
Did Troy Dawson just give you $5?
Did Troy Dawson just give you $5? I don't know. Did he? Is he on? Oh, hey, super chat. Yeah, so somebody just gave me $5 for a super chat. Troy, I'm trying to figure that out. Troy, what can I do for you? Thanks for taking time to share this info with us. So that's very nice of you, Troy. Appreciate that. Shout out to Troy. Oh yeah, Troy. I talked to him the other day. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Troy's scrolling away here. How do I get him back, Eli? Give me. You got the mouse. You got full control over this. So come down to super chat. Oh, there it is. So the super chat window. All right. We're still figuring this out, folks. Get the screen smaller so we can see the super chat. Troy, is there anything I can do for you? You put some money in there for the super chat, and I guess this is an awesome feature. I mean, it sets a priority. If you have a question, you got to get it answered, or you need some help. I guess you can actually pay for that. So I didn't solicit that, but I very much appreciate it. And Troy, fire away your question if that's what you're after. So hats off to Troy. So how are we doing here? There's about 100 people on here, and that's cool.
82 watching now.
Okay, went down to 82. What do you think? What do you think about the net zero building movement? Tim, I think it's a great thing. If we can, why not? I mean, my goal is to lower my cost of living, to grow my own food, to have my own water, and why not net zero? Whatever you want to call it. There's so many buzzwords, permaculture and aquaponics and sustainability, blah blah blah, whatever. It's not how much money you make; it's how much you don't pay out, and you can do amazing things with a small piece of property and live in a sustainable fashion. You don't have to spend. I just showed you this fancy project. This is not my place. I couldn't afford that, but it's awesome, and it is scalable. It can be scaled down to a very small, modest home. And you can do everything that my friend is doing here at your house with the same type of technology, and being creative. Instead of using a CalMac tank, you can use a water heater that somebody threw away. I picked up 3 this week for free. So there's a lot of things that us folks on YouTube or the DIY community could do without spending a lot of money, without buying brand new equipment. Now, yes, you can buy a chiller. I mean, you could buy a chiller 2-ton for $3,500 and do a similar type thing at your house.
Try using a headset next time instead of holding a microphone.
Okay, I will. We need to work on that.
I think
all right, get rid of Jim DeMint. Hurry up. Block that sucker. Get him. Remove him. Block him. Okay. All right, go ahead. You don't have to worry about it. Just, okay. My moderator's working. Watch your mouth, Jim DeMint. Losing the feed again. Thanks, Gain Solar. So, all right, we banned Jim DeMint. Ever see Dave anymore? Yes, I do. I see Dave. I saw him a couple weeks ago at a prepper conference. And what parts of the system do you anticipate requiring maintenance over time? The beautiful thing about hydronics and storage, these are very simple, low-tech tanks. The plumbing is just PVC Schedule 40. The
84.
So I'm going to come back here. So let's look at some of that. I mean, the solar panels, 25 years. Where's a CalMac tank? These CalMac tanks, there's nothing to them. They'll last forever. There's just PEX plumbing inside, and it's a tank, and it's insulated. So very simple. Now, pumps wear out. They're circulating pumps, but they're relatively inexpensive, a couple $100s, and can be replaced. I find the hydronic systems a lot simpler than the refrigerant systems, but so we'll see what we got here. How are we doing?
86 watching.
Mostly just pumps. Yeah, there's pumps, and there's a lot of different strategies on how to plumb these.
Bros, please sub to me.
Okay. When do you think you'll be back down next to Timmonsville? Hey, Spencer, how you doing? We'll be back. We have to finish up or expand the project that's next to you down there. We've been talking with a gentleman. We're trying to pick the right inverter for the job. And, hey, Gain Solar, get on that. Do you hear that? This guy wants us to come back to Timmonsville. We need to figure that out, Mr. Johnny. All right, get rid of Nordic Muslim. We ain't going for that, Mr. Nordic Muslim. Interested in the battery storage? Yes, the battery storage. There's such a, oh boy, that's going to be an awesome topic. Let's talk batteries, but we're not going to do it tonight. The batteries that are Pika approved. Pika Energy is the company that we're going with right now. So we are going to be using a Panasonic lithium ion. Now, lithium ion is a very general term. This is going to be lithium ferrophosphate 4 is the chemistry. Probably about a 15 kilowatt lithium ferrophosphate battery from Panasonic. That's been improved. This system that we installed is battery ready. All we need to do is hook it up. The install that I saw the other day takes 17 to 20 minutes to install the battery. We've already done everything that we need to do on this installation to, let's get back to that part if I can find that. There we go. So the inverters in here will basically are already set up for the 380 volt connection to the batteries. They're connected through a device called a B-Link for battery link, and is basically a bidirectional DC to DC converter for charging the battery and taking loads from the battery to run loads. Discharging the battery, I should have said, to run loads. So, what is he saying there? Talk about the Pika self-supply a little and how to get around grid tying. Yes, on like most grid tie inverters, there's hybrid inverters have many modes to them. This has at least 4 in some subsets. So Johnny asked about self-supply, and that's the ability by using current transformers that are hooked near the meter base to sense when power could be sent, to not allow power to be sent back to the grid from the inverter. There's also a subset of that called zero. It's zero. I can't remember. I'd have to pull up the installation manual. And absolutely no power is sent back to the grid. So this place can be completely run off grid. And it's all to code, UL 1741, blah, blah, blah. What?
Oh crap, I just lost his.
Go scroll up there. You have a window. No.
Oh.
Right there. Engineer775, he is working hard in the chat window to what? Hey Yankee 4, how you doing? I'm good. I hope you are.
What's the cost on that Panasonic battery that you were?
It's a Panasonic battery. That's a good question. We don't know. We won't have it till July, so I don't know the cost. I'm sorry. A lot of people ask me about costs. I know I need to be better on. I am more about the technology, making sure it works, making sure it's the most efficient as possible, holding people's feet to the fire when they say something does something but it doesn't. And I'm getting better financially on doing that. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. You're yelling at me. He's yelling at me. Oh my goodness, this moderator. So my goal is make sure I have enough sustainable renewable energy to zero out the cost of running this equipment. How we doing?
Buffering here too.
Yeah, we're gonna get an upgrade. We need more power, Captain. Friday night buffering. The world needs more bandwidth. I agree with you, Russ B. So I wish it wouldn't buffer. So I'm not buffering. Are you buffering? Whoa there, mister. You're going to hurt your back. Keep lifting those condensing units.
No, mine stopped buffering. Okay now, see, it's okay. So
okay now? I have watched many of your videos. Thank you. You're welcome, Brian. Appreciate it. I can't really see the chat window here. Are you guys able to see the chat? So I'm trying to I have a camera feed. I have another screen feed showing you some slides. And I also have the live chat window. Can you actually see the live chat window, and is that helpful? If not, I will remove it. It's a ad company, I think. Awesome moderator. Yes, Jay.
Awesome.
Jeremiah. It's Elijah. Greetings from Mississippi. Hello, Mississippi.
My name's Elijah, not Jeremiah.
Not Jeremiah. Close. We're in the Bible, but yes, see the chat. You like to see the chat? Okay, cool. Yes, but on my phone it's very small. It's very small for me too here.
Yeah, look, see around that. You can just see
all right.
It's tiny on mine.
We'll scroll back up here, Elijah, so we can see that. So I can see.
See how tiny that is?
Yeah, it is pretty tiny. We got to increase the size. Maybe we can just do it in OBS. Let's scale this sucker out. Whoa. I think I can go wider. Let's do a little bit of that. All right. See if we can make some improvements here on the fly. Fuzzy on the phone. All right. I made it a little bit larger. Hopefully that'll help.
Thanks again.
Don't help when it's on your cam feed. Okay. I got you. All right. All right. Any questions? talked enough about this awesome project. It really is cool, and there's going to be more to learn from it. Thanks, Gene. Appreciate it. I feel that water, gravity, wind, solar, magnetics and HHO is the future. Totally agree with you, man.
Troy Dawson is so nice. Saying thanks to Gain Solar Services.
See the live chat on my phone anyway.
Got some
Okay.
navigation to go with that helmet over your safe.
Yeah, Johnny does a lot of our infomercials. He's something else. We have a new personality from Johnny. His name is Ronnie, and he loves to stay busy. He's a hard worker, but that's another subject. Drop out the slideshow. Drop out the slideshow. Why? Is it just too small? Is everything else too small? All right. I'm going to do a little bit of, let's do a little bit of something here. That doesn't help. All right, guys, I'm still working on Open Broadcaster. Forgive me. Make this a little bit bigger. All right. Okay, any questions? You got some night vision to go with that helmet over? Yes, I do. Used it the other day. Hey, where's our Google Drive files?
Can you mix solar panels the sizes I have?
Yes, you can, but you shouldn't. Mixing solar panel size. Where happened to my Google Drive? Hey, look at these cows pumping water. That's pretty dumb. Let's kill them.
Cows are pumping water.
Here's our one line. If you're curious about our design, this is the design that we put together for this. Things are cracking down here. A lot of people are doing solar in South Carolina, so we're having to get our drawings stamped. What happened to my OneDrive? Hold on. Ooh, that's bad.
Chat.
Chase can see the chat.
Hey,
Where's my drive?
Hey, Buddy Huggins, 101 watching.
Okay. Where is my Google? Give me on Google Drive, Eli. I need to see my Google Photos and show. You can mix solar panel size if you have to. Yes, my brother. We mixed a bunch to make about a 2400 watt array. All different. Interested in night vision? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I used night vision to do a job the other day. Hey, Buddy Huggins, you paying attention?
He gave us $2.
Hey, Buddy, you got any questions? I talked to Buddy a couple weeks ago. The night vision, yes, the PVS 14, 15s are still available. I got a buddy in Southeast Georgia that sells them. JRH Enterprises. I think Robert Griswold at Ready Made Resources is also another source. And I actually had to go to a site in Georgia, and I was really late because Johnny just took all my time that day. Just kidding. And I did a site survey at night. That's why I was trying to find those pictures. How do I get on Google Drive? On my Google Photos. Eli, help me. This is kind of fun, folks, but bear with me as I get better at live. And
106 are watching.
all right, let's see if I can show them. I want to show them the what am I showing them? The night vision.
Oh, just dropped down to 94. People, stay on watching, please.
It's okay, Eli. So yeah, see this photo? I don't know if you can see this from my slide. I was actually using my night vision. It was absolutely dark, and this freaked me out because I'm showing you some of the pictures, and there's goats in this tower staring back at me. I don't know if you can see them. Probably can on a phone, on mobile. But I was able to, I didn't get to the site. It was like 4 hours from my house. By the time I got there, it was dark. But I had my night vision and was able to see. I was able to check out the wells. There was some lavender growing here, and I'm going to be doing a water project here. But the goats were freaking me out. And so anyway, I was able to walk the entire property with my PVS 14. And
good evening, Scott.
so it's a good practical. Look at them goats. Sorry.
Sweden's.
Sweden's on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
The real Isaac from Sweden, 3:30 a.m. right now.
3:30 in the morning. Wow.
Yeah.
Hello, Sweden. Hey, Jason. That's my buddy from West Coast. Talked to Jason today about the VSP.
Q&A. When did you start YouTube? Hashtag Q&A.
When did you start YouTube?
Chase.
Oh, I guess my channel started this channel in 2009, but really didn't start really doing things till about 2011, 2012. Really started seeing the benefit of using YouTube not only as just a fun outlet for what I do, but a way to reach around the world, share everything. And I've learned so much from my subscribers telling me, hey, did you see this? Hey, check out this. You're doing this wrong. You're so stupid. Anyway, and then taking a lot of flack and people challenging me on every subject that I put up. And that's cool. I'm here to learn. You know, people saying, you're not an engineer, you're a loser, whatever. Eli, give me my diploma. I'll put that out there for proof. So can you talk about everything? Can you talk about the Everything Solar project? Is it done? Everything Solar project. Everything Solar project. No, it's not done. What do you got here? Okay, just so a lot of people don't believe that I'm an engineer and I just made up a channel. Just going to brag on RPI. This is where I went to school, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering, and I was very thankful for the privilege to be able to go to RPI. And it's the oldest engineering school in the United States, founded in 1826. At first it was an ag school, then it turned into one of the top 10 engineering schools in the graduate program in the world, in the country.
Says it's fake.
What's fake?
That this is fake.
That my diploma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this in a Cracker Jack box. I made this. Elijah made this up on Elijah made this up on Photoshop. So anyway, put that back. Anyway, if you show them, they still don't believe. Yeah, I graduated a long time ago, in 1992, and so I do have an engineering degree. And anyway, not that that means anything much. Create multiple scenes in OBS, and when you are talking about the pick on the slideshow, you can switch to the scene larger on your webcam. So, okay. Full webcam. Oh my goodness. Goodbye. That's not good.
Who?
People are giving me tips on how to use OBS, and I appreciate it. It's hard to do it live, though. You know, I could do this. I don't know if that helps. I was hoping to. I just wanted to show you a lot of stuff, and I want to show you. Let's get out of here. What do we got? Got questions, Eli? Anybody got questions? What?
On the camera, your mouth just showed up in the corner. It was like you're talking, and then it just went back.
Oh my goodness! All right. Wow, there's the YouTube. I'm buffering again. What
Rookie LOL.
Yeah, is that from Chase?
Hide live chat. No, that's from Doug Ford.
Rookie.
We're not rookies.
Well, we kind of are when it comes to the broadcasting part of YouTube Live. So
that is true.
What are some cool?
We're rednecks.
We need some cool photos. There's Johnny working hard.
Ultimate.
Just a lot of work. Just a lot of ripping and tearing. There's a good ripping and tearing picture. Where's my OBS? Let's go back to that. Okay. All right. He bought off the deep web. He bought that off the deep web. Representing Troy, New York. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Yes. Trying to represent RPI. I have heated houses on water heaters. Yes, you can do that as well. On-demand water heaters through hydronics, radiant floors, heating systems, a lot of different ways to do that. Have you spoken with Off Grid Nation about his future solar project? I have not. Don't even know who that is. Get rid of the chat screen. We have seen it in the sidebar. Wow. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the chat screen because we can see it over there. All right. Chat, be gone. Are you sure you want to remove the chat? Oh boy. I hope this doesn't mess me up. All right. We're going to go large. Okay. So, all right. It's just but I can't see the chat too good. The topic was basically showing you what we did this week with an awesome simultaneous hot and cold chiller project with 20,000 watts of solar and these awesome Pika inverters, working with Gain Solar. Gave an update on a project that this old house shot on Tuesday that will be aired on PBS in October. We don't have an air date yet for the show. And yeah, your hair looks good, Eli. You're doing well. That's my moderator right there. Tomorrow night I am helping him because he's at a bluegrass concert and performing in a local community center, singing a couple awesome songs, playing his awesome guitar. And tonight he's helping me. Tomorrow night I'm helping him.
And
so I'm going to carry his guitar.
Thank you all you people that are saying that we're awesome. And
well, cool. Now that's great. Screen was too busy. All right, cool. Remember, but power tools can cut drill inside safes too. Remember to put power tools inside the safe that cut drill. What? How do you manage to keep it working? Windows tablet. I'm not sure. Hey Elijah, you got some people saying hey Elijah. I'm going to get a better microphone for next time. So, any questions? I kind of liked having the chat over this thing. Maybe I can do the YouTube. I know how to do this. Lay some questions on me. We're ready.
Let's see how much he has grown up.
Yeah.
So
let's put the live dashboard over here. Now we're talking. Let's go back to OBS. All right, that's cool. Now I can see the thing. Excellent. All right. We'll just get this thing out of here. I don't know.
Any questions?
Moderator, he is doing great.
112. That's the highest we've gotten.
Have you looked into my Evolution machines yet? Thrive Energy Systems. I have not. Send me a message. If you've sent it to me, again, please.
Why, Mr. Rain, why should you not install the 240 watt with it, instead install them parallel and feed them through their own?
Okay, just point to it right now. We got too many going on. Have you dabbled with veggie oil diesel generators? Yeah, I actually did. We if dieselsecrets.com offered a system where you could take veggie fuel, mix it with gasoline, 55 gallons of veggie, 1 gallon of gas, and they had an additive which is basically like a naphtha drying agent, and you did not have to do a traditional biodiesel plant where you're actually getting rid of the glycerin. We actually ran direct. I ran it in my F250, my 7.3, ran it in a China diesel generator genset, and it worked really well. The problem with veggie, after a while, it does go rancid, and I could only get about 6 months out of it before it got really nasty. I'm a bigger fan of using waste motor oil, but I did do the veggie thing, and it was a success, and had a lot less power. Are you trying to sing? Okay. Yankee Bar, 120 or 240 volt. What's your favorite? AC. What are we talking about? Yeah, I would have to agree with Jason. 240 volt and then split it down. So, 240 volt would definitely be the inverter if that was the question. Not sure. What upcoming projects do you have? Looks like projects are bigger and bigger. They are getting bigger and bigger. We have. We're going to put up 2 wind turbines next week, Johnny and I, wind turbines in Georgia. We've got to finish our EMP project over in Georgia. We've got water projects for farmers in Georgia. Got a lot of Georgia projects lately. Going to add 20 kW to this system we've been telling you about this week. We've got a nice little first time Magnum GT grid tie inverters from Magnum, the new ones. Johnny's pretty excited to install those as because he's a Magnum fan. He's pretty excited about his new van. He's got a new transit van that has all his goodies. So he's our van man and he's a Magnum man, and so that's going to be a cool project. The grid tie inverters.
Food and water.
Wind turbines. Oh, right already.
Lost Alive.
Oh. Outback power all the way. Come on, Jason. You gotta give Magnum some of their due. What's wrong with Magnum, Jason? Jason Andrade, folks, check out his channel. Go subscribe to him. Awesome guy. Picked his brain today. He knows his stuff, but he definitely is an Outback guy, and he doesn't vary. I don't care.
You talk to me.
What? What did he say?
Now you talk.
Who says that?
Jason.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, look on here.
Well, I didn't see you before, man.
Now you talk to me.
I've got Johnny convinced when we go to Vegas for the SPI show that we're going to all get motorcycles, and that'll be Johnny's debut on a motorcycle. It will be entertaining. They're stackable. Yes. You use Schneider Electric. We have used Schneider, the XW series, the Connext series. Now it was XW, the SW. My experience has been with the XW 6048 stackable. Yes, I don't, Schneider, Outback, Magnum. We're throwing Pika in the mix now as we step up into the 380 volt world. And the reason I keep looking over, guys, I'm looking at the hey, pig nuts. Okay, pig nuts. Jub. Jason, you are my hero.
Who's Jason's hero?
Nice, Johnny, nice. Oh my goodness, it's Vosh. Outback Skybox soon. Yes, Skybox is coming. He's ignoring me. That was for Johnny, but he's ignoring me. No, he isn't. He's talking to you.
Sorry, Dad.
I just a SW6048 last week. I guess it's an install. You're going to have the first Skybox. Yeah, Jason Andrade at West Coast Sustainables has a pretty. He's in California. He's ahead of us. We're trying to catch him. And he has an inroads with Outback and wholesale solar, so he's gonna anything that Outback does that's new, he kind of gets it first. Hey, I thought they were gonna hire you, Jason. You might not even be working for West Coast Sustainables if Outback hires you.
Scott, have you seen any good vaults lately? How's the development going on them?
I don't even know what a vault. Hey, Real X. I don't even know how to say his YouTube channel name. Well, all right, I give in. What is a VAWT? VAWTs. All right, you got me there. Ever done a steam power generator? No, I wanted to. I got all the plans for steam power generator, and then I started gasification because it was safer, and I didn't want to blow something up at that time. So I've seen a lot of steam engines. I marvel at them every time I go to an old Farm Days show here locally. There's so I really, steam is awesome, steam is efficient, steam is dangerous, but I would really want to do more HHO, solar electrolysis, and doing some low temperature energy production. Not the classic steam engine, but the organic Rankine cycle. If you look up organic Rankine cycle, you're going to see. Oh yeah, yes. It's vertical. Okay, yes. Bouncing around here a little bit too much, but the vertical wind turbine, yeah, my buddy Ralph, where I showed you this project, he really has a connection to some vertical wind turbines out of East Asia and is looking at installing one. Yes, sorry, you guys are all straightening me out. But steam power. Think of an organic Rankine cycle, low temperature using refrigerants that boil off at a lower temperature, driven by heat sources. So I would love to make a steam engine, but use refrigerant or even carbon dioxide as the medium, and use the heat that we're talking about moving around. And some of the heat is going to be discharged to boil refrigerant to turn an expanding turbine and create electricity, and it's a closed loop. Look up organic Rankine cycle; it'll blow you away. It's awesome. Yes, we like cheap panels. We can easy there. Gain solar. Can attach heating element to my generator to heat small cabin. On a generator, there's a lot of heat exchangers to extract the temperature. You can pull the heat off your exhaust and also the engine block on some of the liquid cooled generators. And there's so much heat. We're talking 100 to 500,000 BTUs, depending on the size of your generator, that you could dump into water and heat your house, heat your greenhouse. So Yeah, look up organic Rankine cycle. We like American panels, but they're getting okay. I just picked up 10 kW PV for 37 cents a watt. Yeah, people are getting incredible deals on solar. They really are, and that's great. Battery cost is not going down. Inverters don't seem to be going down. Labor, Johnny Valentine, he is expensive. So,
solar is expensive.
So,
expensive.
Okay, is there a utility company limit on how much solar power an owner can? Wow, Donald Derrick, great question. We're in the middle of this debate. Some utility companies are trying to limit the amount of solar that you can put on your own property. This is like limiting the ability for you to capture your own rainwater, or throwing you in jail for capturing water that lands on your roof. So,
Mr. Rain,
there is around here, the limit is 20 kilowatts that you're allowed to net meter. They will not let you net meter anymore. But we're in this debate on whether can you just self-supply or go off-grid. And you can, but if it's connected to the grid, they're fighting with us over what you can do there. So there's a lot of debate right now, and there's probably going to be some litigation and all sorts of fun stuff coming up dealing with this. You'd have to be paying top dollar to get us to come to Jersey. SMA Sunny Island has a CHP combined heat and power function. Really? That is interesting, Jason. Love solar, non-mechanical. We can do 30 kilowatts. Well, there's Jason again bragging about what he can do in California. Well, we're in South Carolina.
Stop bragging. Jason.
We did have that talk today. Cool it. All right, my moderator's starting to lose it here. Doesn't it make sense to run the AC power right at the solar panels with everything there is underground 50-degree storage facility? Not exactly sure of your question here, Russ B. Doesn't it make sense to run the AC power right at the solar panels with everything? Sometimes it does. Sometimes, like this Pika with a higher voltage DC, it made more sense to bring the DC directly into the inverters than to convert it to AC at the panels and then bring it in. So it depends on the system you're talking about. I like my Outback Radian DC coupled system. I love it. It works great. But sometimes the charge controllers, they throw out a tremendous amount of heat and they're noisy, the fan noise, it depends on where the system's located. And there's a lot of variables that go into these solar jobs. Thrive Energy Systems, will you message me later your info? So cool. I'd like to see this, guys. There's a lot of networking going on in the chat. That's the beauty of YouTube. Shout out, help each other out. I met, without YouTube and social media, I would not have met Jason. I don't know if I would have met Johnny Valentine. Through Gain Solar. So a lot of this is awesome. So I see you guys networking in the chat room there, sending each other messages. So tell Elijah to get weed eating. Yes, I bought Elijah that awesome fidget spinner this week. You know what fidget spinners are? Well, I bought him this. I told him, I said, Elijah, come out here. I bought a giant red fidget spinner, and we did. And what was that fidget spinner? Can we show everybody your fidget spinner?
It's not a fidget spinner. It's a vacuum cleaner. Or
what? It's not a vacuum.
Yes, it's a vacuum cleaner.
Let's show them. Can they see that? Let's show them your fidget spinner. There it is. Elijah got his giant fidget spinner this week. So the red Max, because you need to come on, step up to the plate, moderator, and get in here and help. It's 10 p.m. for Elijah. Yeah, it's late for Elijah, but it is Friday. You can hang. Maybe not. So, what do you think of Elijah's fidget spinner? Picked up a Solark because of your review. Great product. Good, James. Did you install it? All right, Scott. I would have found you. We were destined. All about the money, I'm sure. What do you mean all about the money? How deep can 120 volt well pump water? That's a good question, Yankee 4. If it's a Grundfos SQ Flex, we can go. I can do 840 feet with 120 volts, no problemo. but
Was
most
live stream offline?
it'll come back. Hang in there. Thought you were talking about a fishing pole. That would work too, Mr. Rain. So anyway, that's enough of Elijah's fidget spinner. We're going to go back to my ugly mug full screen with Elijah. All right, what else can we do here? Mr. Rain, yes I did. This is pretty... I'm having fun, folks. I don't know about you. I guess most of the fun I'm having... Wow, there's such a delay. I can't believe it. I just saw myself like a minute later. This is crazy. Heading home, 2-hour drive. All right, Jason, take care. Thanks for popping on here. How about volume group solar panel purchase? Yeah, there are a lot of... I get emails weekly from a couple different sources, 3 or 4 sources. So there's a lot that you can do to group together to buy panels. If anybody's needing materials, wanting to do their own project, contact me. info@practicalpreppers.com. We can get you a complete solar system. We'll also provide consultation services, whether it's Johnny or maybe even Jason, to be on call to walk you through an installation if you have some level of skill. Can you link a Honda inverter gen to a Pika Island inverter? No, you cannot. You cannot do that. I have actually talked to Pika about a generator hookup to the Pika, and right now it basically would have to be on the AC side. I've trying to talk to them about what I call the G link. It would be a generator link, and there are some generators out there, and this is something for maybe I talked to Langston's Alternative Power, Spencer, about building a 380 volt DC generator. There are some out there. A Polar Bear. There's a couple of companies that make 380 volt. Folks, just in the telecom industry, in the heating and air industry, the compressors are 380. The telecom bus bars are 380. Solar's going 380. Tesla's 380. And so you got this whole world of 380 volts. And if you take DC 380 plus or minus 190 volts and bring that down to plus or minus 120 is super efficient. You cannot believe the size of these inverters. They're very small for what they can do. The wire size is small. Everything is much smaller because the voltage is higher and allows you to do some really cool stuff. So this 380 world seems to be here to stay, and nobody kind of talks to each other. You got your Tesla guy, your car guys, your HVAC compressor guys, your solar guys. Everybody's, it's amazing how they've landed on 380, and I don't know who picked that, but I do know it's a very efficient conversion. Alabama Well Driller, hey man, how you doing? Have you ever thought about doing a segment just on regulations? Oh boy, I could get in a lot of trouble there. We could build a 380 volt. Yes, Spencer Langston, I believe, could do it. He built me a Turgo for my pond that was producing about 320 volts open circuit. So I know he can do a 380. More gigahertz, more better. No, that's good. Yeah, I do need more speed. So Jason found you on Facebook, I think. Yeah. Will anyone but Pika support Rebus? Will anyone but Pika support Rebus? I don't know. At this point, no. I think the Rebus is proprietary. Some of the battery manufacturers are working with Pika, of course, because they want to sell their batteries. Need to read up on 380 volts. Yes, and we can have that as another topic at another time. But the 380 volts is pretty amazing. We have 20,000 watts, 270 watt solar panels combined together in groups of 9. So there are 8 9-panel arrays, all coming in on 2 small DC disconnects, and that goes 600 feet to the Pika inverter. So I'm going 600 feet away as my solar array. I'm running on number 8 wire, and I have less than 3% voltage drop. So that's a cool thing. Can I actually even see without these on here? I don't know. Can't even see the screen. So sorry, folks. Need my glasses. What do we got going on here? Rebus McIntyre. Funny. What's Rebus? Rebus is the, I don't know if I can pull up a Pika inverter. Do I have the guts of a Pika? Oh, looky there. Right there is the Rebus. Just happen to have this picture up here. Here's the Rebus. It is the bus. It is the connection for the DC power. You could bring a wind turbine into it. Oh, you're not even seeing it because
stream for some reason.
It's okay, Elijah. It's just been doing it over and over. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this. This is I'm going to shrink me down here. Here's the inside of the Pika 7601 inverter, and over to the left here is the Rebus connections. There's two 30 amp breakers, two 20 amp breakers, and that's all the DC. What's he saying?
The real question is, who's Rebus?
It's Uncle Rebus to you, Johnny Valentine. So the DC comes in here is connected to the Rebus. I don't know if that answered the questions, but that is a proprietary DC nanogrid invented by Ben Polito and Joshua Kaufman. Those were two gentlemen. They went to MIT together, and they founded Pika Energy in Westbrook, Maine. Had the privilege to go up to Maine and meet those guys and their team, and some of their guys have come down here to work with us, to support us, and we hope to be one of their biggest installer customer bases here in the South. So back to that. So any other questions about Rebus? Can the Pika feed DC batteries from the grid through a Pika? Can the Pika feed DC batteries from the grid through a Pika? Yes. Yes, the Pika has a bidirectional link, B-link. They have a PV link, they have a B link. These are the bidirectional optimizers and DC to DC converters that allow you to charge the battery off the grid, off of a generator, or off of solar, and everything hits the Rebus, the DC nanotechnology bus bar, and allows this bidirectional flow of energy. I hope that made sense. 300 V will make a hell of a DC arc. Yeah, I mean, I used to hear that 60 volts DC would kill you if you touched something on one side and shorted 60 volts through your heart, that you'd kill you. So 380 volts, that'll just kill you faster. So what else? Elijah, you falling apart on me? How much can... As much as you can for as little as you can. Buffer. God. What? Been there, done that. Yankee. Yep, thanks. Say Pikage and Reba. Now I'm being harassed. We still have we have over 100 people on here, so you got any good questions? Fire away. We're losing the moderator. Yes, we are. We are slowly losing the moderator. How am I supposed to pay you for this? We're losing narrator asleep. All right, that's next to the new. Does it have cap tank snubbers? What? So we definitely don't want to play with it on the wet, humid day. No, we don't. How long before your new solar air conditioner can be used for purchase hot season in Africa? There are other solar air conditioning options that we have on our website, practicalpreppers.com. If you're in need of a technology that is available now, both AC/DC and DC, and 2-ton chillers too. So we've sold a few of those. We've installed a few, and they work great. Okay. What? Oh, now we're getting smart out coming on here. Look at who that is. Who's that? Can you read it?
Wes.
Yeah.
All
right, Wes Harris. I see you on there. What is a prepper? Yeah, we're talking about energy, but you're on the Practical Preppers channel. So yeah, we do a lot of prepping, and but we've kind of been so heavy into solar the last couple of years. I've really focused on water and power. I'm the boring infrastructure guy. I'm the guy that's going to give you your hot shower, a nice, comfortable home or shelter when the power goes out. So that has been my focus, and that has led me down many different rabbit trails. And this week it's into the hydronics world. If you're ever really wanting to learn hydraulics, I highly recommend you go over to a YouTube channel called Caleffi, Caleffi, and I've been watching hours and hours and hours of Caleffi videos on how to valve, how to pump away from, just crazy, a lot of stuff. John Sigenthaler is what I would consider to be the world expert in hydronics. He's actually from my alma mater. I mean, that's where he went to school, and he is a professor of hydronics, and he's known in the industry as Siggy. So anyway, how effective are solar AC units, and should I wait until they're more efficient? They're very efficient, unbelievable. We have an AC/DC unit that has a SEER that efficiency rating that's probably 45. It'll blow the doors off of any air conditioning system out there. And the reason being is it has two power supplies, an AC power supply and a DC power supply. During the day when it's hot, and I have 900 watts facing southwest on my roof, and that unit, if I clamp it, is using about 60 watts of AC power. The rest is solar, and it's running full bore. I have it set at 68 degrees in my loft, and it's running off solar. So if I'm getting 1 ton of cooling and putting in 60 watts of energy, you tell me how efficient. What's the coefficient of performance on a unit like that? There's nothing out there that will touch it. But it's only a small little 1 ton mini split, so that might not be enough for you. Okay, I personally think solar is the energy of the future. It's really useful for a variety of things. Awesome channel. Thank you, Alex. What they were talking about, you're falling asleep here. My moderator is just slipping here. Eli, get back to moderating. All right, you can go if you need to. I think Mommy's upstairs. I'm dismissing the moderator. He's falling asleep.
Good night, everyone.
All right, say goodbye to Elijah, my moderator. So, see you later, boss. Can you share the solar panels with charge controller, and can you share about the solar panels with a charge controller and AC unit? Yes, Josh, it is a DC 48 VRF unit. It is made by Hotspot Energy in Virginia, and I've got them in a couple different places, and it works extremely well. You just have to size the batteries, the solar, with it. So may not be a buffer loose on Saturday. Anyway, the unit is it's a 1 ton mini split, and it is a heat pump, so it can heat and cool your space. So it does great. So all right, take care, folks. See, some of you, do I smoke weed? No, I don't smoke weed. Anyway, Night Kid, toughen up, Buttercup. Exactly. Caleffi, yes, that's right, Jason. So yeah, rain, it was 90 degrees here. We got to have AC, or we cook. Yeah, we have to have air conditioning in the south is pretty much a must. And to do it with solar is doesn't it make sense? I've been solar water pumping for 16 years. Solar air conditioning, especially if you can direct drive it, is phenomenal. So I really like the AC/DC unit because it doesn't require batteries. I also can run it off of my battery-based system if the grid is down. So it needs just a little bit of AC power to run. The unit only can consume about 800 watts at any one time. So it makes for a fantastic, efficient way to do air conditioning. The only problem with it, it's not water, it's not hydronics. Troy, if you have a few moments after your live, check your email from me. Yes, I will do that, Troy, definitely. Would you like to see a solution, cool solar panels? Yeah, Andy Lee there would like to see a solution to cool solar panels. There are several products out there now where people have built in what's the word? Not heat transfer devices, heat exchangers, that's the word, Andy, for cooling, extracting the heat, using the heat other places, and getting that panel down where its efficiency is peaked out, getting the heat down, getting the heat away from the panels. It really helps. Any preferred package generators, natural gas around 20? Yeah, I mean, no spam elf. I'm generators. There's a lot I could talk to you about generators, but the Cummins Onan is the one that I like. Kohler's good too. Cummins Onan 20 kW. Go to Practical Preppers. We have them, natural gas or propane. Yeah, we are painting around here. Temperature running. I'm just going through the chat here, folks, trying to extract some of the questions. Does that solar AC use AC power as a base to keep the system going? Is that the need for the 60? Yes, it is. The system will not run on DC alone. It needs some AC for controls and the main AC power supply, and then it feathers in the DC power to the power supply. But when the panels are, when I put about 900 watts on my roof, and it's been awesome. I'm 2 years into using this thing, and it's a wonderful thing. Is the initial cost of solar AC compared to the electric heat pumps? Well, they're mini splits. They're totally, yeah, we're apples and oranges here. I think comparing solar AC to a heat pump, to an electric heat pump, unless you're talking about the mini splits themselves are comparable. The one I'm talking about, they're a wash. Now you got to buy solar, you got to buy some racking, some mounting equipment, grounding equipment, some disconnects. So of course you got to pay for that, but it's not a lot of money. Honda EU 3000, yes they are. What about small, less than 3000? If that's a less than 3000 watt generator question, I love the Hondas. Can't be beat. I don't know if that answered your question. Can anything compete with the Honda EUs? Yeah, like 4 Yamahas, 10 power horses from Northern. Yeah, nothing can compete with the Hondas. My brother just did 13 months of running a Honda EU 24/7. 24/7. He stopped it just for oil changes and has run a Honda 2000 EU for 13 months, never shutting it off. It is starting to huff a little bit of oil, he's telling me, but he's lived completely off grid for over a year on a Honda 2000 EU, just running it, changing the oil. Thinking of doing a 308. That would be awesome, Spencer. Spencer's a pretty I don't want to say crafty. He's a very innovative guy, and so his wheels are spinning, and pretty soon his inverter will be spinning. Converting a Honda Inverter 2000 to make 380. Please do. HF just tarnished the name. I don't know what. Haha. I thought Yamaha isn't bad. It's just nothing touches the Honda. What are your thoughts about thermodynamic technology like the sun pump? Oh, there's a lot of which sun pump? Thermodynamic technology sun pump. Which one are we talking about? I'm not that familiar. I'll have to go look up the sun pump later. All right, let me get back to my chat. What sort of control system diverts loads when the batteries are full on a solar system? What kind of control system? It's actually called a charge controller. It's like putting the brakes on when the battery's full. The charge controller, depending on the manufacturer, has different algorithms. The most popular is the MPPT, or maximum power point tracking, and that is how that battery is going to be charged. There are settings put in the charge controllers on the good ones so that you follow the manufacturer's recommendations for charging and discharging and then equalizing and everything else. But then when the battery is full, it basically, the controller puts the brakes on, for lack of a better word, on the solar, so it stops, so the solar cannot push. If the charge controller fails, that battery will be cooked. Okay, Pika should come out with a modified solar optimizer to accept a small generator and convert to 380 DC. I agree with you, Josh. I've suggested the G-Link, but they're a small company. They got a lot of things that they're juggling right now, and we're just thankful for the nice inverters that we're getting. You broke up when I asked about the well pump. What is the name of the 100? Yankee 4. That is a Grundfos SQ Flex. Have them on my website, practicalpreppers.com. Send me an email if you need a quote. Tell me how many gallons a minute you need. There's 16 models, and we can make it do. We can do it with solar. We can do it with 120 volts. So that's the beauty of it. Yankee, he likes Grundfos. I do. How a charge controller stops battery charging. Does that charge controller just disappear into thin air? No, it's kind of like putting a ball valve just being closed and not allowing water to flow. It's just you're turning it off. The potential energy is still there in the solar panel. You're just not allowing the electrons to flow. Superheating 2 tanks. Thank you, Scott. I've been watching you for years and learned a lot from your research. Keep up the good work. Yes, I will try, Stephen. Very thankful. The projects just keep coming. The doors keep opening to try new things and new, bigger things, and it's great. That's a wonderful, wonderful privilege that I've had. Disconnects the array. Yes, it does. What is So I can just imagine where this is going. So all right, cool. All right, hope you got that. So I love when people just come on and say, that's great. No elaboration. Awesome. Where's my moderator? Never turn it off. Use it to run fans, anything to use a drop. They run off of battery controllers and load. Okay. Yeah, there's so many cool things technology-wise when it comes to moving heat around today. Whether it's solar energy, chillers, all sorts of hydronic equipment. Most do not know that MPPT charge controllers take DC and makes it into wild AC, then brings it back to the volts your battery needs. That's cool. Thank you, Yankee. Can a chiller be used to replace an open loop geothermal system? Yeah, and a lot of times not even replacement, though. A lot of the chillers, like this chiller we're talking about, can actually work with your geothermal system. Why do these people always want to start a fight? You should do a collab with Doug and Stacy and show them how wrong they are about solar. Just why? That's all wrong about solar. Why are you wrong about solar? Great. Is that Pika? I'm eating ice cream sandwich and I'm on the grid. Life is good. Okay. Yeah, don't be, the grid is great. The grid is a huge battery. Why not use it while we have it? Use it smartly and be able to live without it. But while it's there, relatively cheap electricity, it's ridiculous not to use it. Can you elaborate on the basics behind these chillers you're referencing? The chiller is a device using a refrigerant, in this case 410FA, from DuPont. There's some other refrigerants out there, and it's using a compressor and a refrigerant cycle to cool. And then it uses, so you have refrigerant going in one side of a brazed plate heat exchanger, and then it's a water. So it's a refrigerant to water heat exchanger. Cold water is coming off of that. There's also another part of the refrigeration loop where you're actually heating water in another brazed plate heat exchanger, and then that is you have a simultaneous cold circuit and a hot circuit. So you can use the hot and cold water. You can take all the hot air from your home and transfer it to the water side, and instead of rejecting that heat to the atmosphere, you actually put it into hot water storage for later on. Appreciate that, Clay Coleman. Doug is having fun. He is a good guy. I'm assuming that's Doug off grid. I hope. Great. We're all having fun. It's called a dialogue. Why is it called picking a fight? Just inviting you to get together with us to talk about solar. I would love to get with you and talk about solar. So that would be a more productive way to go than saying, okay, so let me know when you want to do that. I'd be glad to talk to you. Let's just tell me what you want to do, So I'm good with that. A blend. What does that mean? Your power sure goes out a lot, Bobby. Scott Doug is a good dude. He is just picking. That's cool. I got it. I'm fine with that. And the cold water can be used for AC. Yes, that is true. All right. Yeah, it's hard to beat solar. All right. Yes, all the time. Hee, but they're working to upgrade our power now. Seems like you prefer the Outback Radians versus the Schneider Connects units. If so, why? Um, that's a good question. I don't know if, you know, I don't know how the two. I can't really put the two down. I can't say that the Outback is so much better than the Schneider. The Schneider's better. You know, the Schneider has some really awesome charge controllers. The 800 volt charge controllers that Outback doesn't have. So, one time the company, they're all the same guys. They're all have the same type of equipment. It's just people get used to somebody that's wired up an Outback Radian and then goes over to a Schneider is going to scratch his head for a few days to figure it out. And a lot of times a solar installer just gets very familiar and good at installing one brand, and they stick with it, and they don't like anything that's outside of that. And it's because part of it is they want to be very good and fast. That's how they make money, and they don't want to dabble in another inverter. And the goal here too is to minimize service calls and be able to troubleshoot very, very quickly any problems. And so sometimes people just stick with a brand and they go with it. It's a Ford versus Chevy, or Dodge battle when it comes to inverters. And so if you take any of the top, like I said before, Magnum for off-grid, the Outback, the Schneider, you're not going to go wrong with buying a good American-made inverter, okay? This is good work. Please keep it on. Okay, appreciate that, Naris Prism. Forgive me if I mispronounced you. You live with zero solar and have trouble with the cost benefit. Would love to get with you and see what I understand. I don't know. You can live however you want to live. But I've got a lot of people. I've got friends. Just I've retired. They don't have a power bill for the rest of their life, but they have modern conveniences. Some people, they have medical devices that they need to keep going. There's CPAP machines. There's nebulizers to rescue to keep their child alive. There's a lot of reasons, you guys are young. What happens when you're 70 years old and you want to have a little bit of air conditioning in your master bedroom, and you do that off of solar? So there's a million reasons why there's benefits to having solar energy. Second to the northern climate question. Missed that. Schneider, okay. Man, I broke. So happy this is flying through here. Cannot. Schneider has a 600 volt charge controller. Is nice for long. Yes, it is. I thought they have an 800 watt. I thought they have a 1,000 watt. I know. I used the 150s. I thought they have an 800 volt charge controller. What's up with a third person? I didn't know I was speaking in third person. I have a 20-year-old Schneider breaker. Still work. Good brand. Yes. And we are in our 50s. Well, when you're in your 80s and if you live in the South, having a solar air conditioner is pretty awesome. Is it sketchy to add a hot water cool to a wood stove? Coil, I guess that's what you meant to say, Josh. Yes, it's always sketchy to mix water heating and wood stoves. If you do not know what you're doing, you can definitely create a nice little bomb, steam engine, blow things up. But get very familiar with PRV valves, and there's a right way to do it, and just be careful. And it does not speak in third person. Thanks. Seen a guy on YouTube run a ram pump to a copper coil inside an old small insulated fridge for food storage, 45 degrees. Yeah, that awesome use for a ram pump, man, Russ. That's just an awesome use, taking a cold water supply, pumping it to a place where it could be used for food storage and refrigeration. That is just wonderful. That is tips on how to charge up batteries in winter with no sun. Okay, generators. Wood stove, thermoelectric generators. There's a couple. The Devil Watt is one. There's liquid cooled thermoelectric generators. You don't have to use solar. So if people are down on solar, how about thermoelectric generators? Are you down on electricity? Are you Amish? You know, that's funny with the Amish. I get a lot of my equipment from the Amish. My wood cook stoves. I also get solar. I get the Grundfos pumps. These guys are more high tech than you know, and some of the Amish communities they're amazing. And what's neat about them, they don't cheat. They can't use the grid, and they build very reliable off-grid systems. So they know their batteries, they know their charge controllers, they know their inverters, they know their pumps. And though they're Amish, some of the communities are completely running awesome off-grid solar systems, and they love magnums. They love magnums. So, how about that, Doug and Stacy? All these Amish communities running solar. It's safe to touch. Tactical Amish, yeah. Yeah, it surprised me that how, I met through Johnny, introduced me to a group that comes to Intersolar, a solar conference out in California, and here they are, and the Amish were there and talking about solar, and they install it, and they're very good at it. And I know a few ex-Amish, a gentleman in Pennsylvania, Elmer Ebersol, who is super high-tech, Amish background. These guys, they do solar. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Solar Amish. I made a 120 volt dump load for my solar so that my batteries are full. I get AC or heat. Whatever I plugged into. Okay. Some are, depends on what community. Not as rare as you think. Spend some time with the Amish, and the ones that we have spent. They have. There's two communities. One in Kentucky, very large community that I know uses solar. They also have a gasified DC generator that they weld with to produce the beautiful Pioneer Princess wood cook stoves and other stoves like it. And then up in Ohio, I can't remember the town. They just do tremendous. These guys are solar installation gurus when it comes to off-grid, and so they know their stuff. Interested in what dump load makes sense for a grid-connected system? Oh, that's a good question. I just always think hot water is a great dump load. Dump into hot water. Don't waste a thing. I would like to send you my solar setup. Could you review and tell me how to optimize? Sure, Mr. Rain. info@practicalpreppers.com is my email. We've gone about an hour and a half now on this live chat. Christian, I need a 100 amp hour, 24 easy solution daisy chain. How to calculate discharge rate? That's a question I can't really do right now on live as it scrolls by. We need to talk about that. How about a show on the SQ Flex models versus depth scenarios and cost? Mr. Trek fan Dan, you're talking my language. I would love to do some on the SQ Flex. I will pull up pump charts, curves, and talk about how to specify a well pump for your well and how much solar that you would need for that. That would be a lot of fun. Is a rocket stove sort? It's a rocket stove sort of thing. What? We have solar, but we are always looking for other means to make our own power. Yeah, as many ways as you can make electricity is great. A little bit of electricity goes a long way. It's not about me being able to stay comfortable. It's about providing comfort for other people. Some people have medical needs. The diabetic that thinks that they're going to die if the power goes off, and you prove them wrong and show them how with a very small solar setup you can run a DC freezer or refrigerator and keep their insulin at 42 degrees forever, and at least a 2-year, give them a 2-year jump, a 2-year grace period, and so they don't have to be so defeatist about dying. So again, I can come up with hundreds of reasons why having a little bit of electricity goes a long way, and how to do it with solar. How's the new solar install working out? Meeting my installation? I don't know if they're talking about that spiral. Yeah, I love my solar. It gave me a $35 power bill last month. That was great. I think my minimum is $25, so $10. I don't know how she performed today. Let me see if I can pull that up quick. I got an Optics RE. Blah, 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 blah. Where did it go? Oh my goodness gracious! Let me pull that up. Yeah, let me show Matter of that, display capture, audio capture, video capture. I gotta get this screen. So what I'm gonna show you now, oops, I messed that up. Alright, here we go. So this is what my solar system did today. On the charge controllers, so this is just basically from my Radian. I have one Outback Radian inverter and 8 kW of solar, and it made about, if I went on the charge controller, it made about 42 kilowatts, 42,000 watts it made today. So it's great. You see the green versus the load, very low. So I dumped all my power back on the grid today and got credit for it, and so I love it. I love the solar. So I hope that answered that question. So I'll go back to this and go back to the chat. That'd be cool. I got any suggestions on a quiet wind turbine to augment my solar system with? There's going to be a lot of arguments on this, and I'll just the only one that I have experience with is a small turbine is the Primus Air, the Air 30, the Air 40, the Air X, and the Pika. But you got to be 380 volts to deal with the Pika Energy. So there's a lot. Yeah, spiral out 42 kilowatts solid. Yes, sir. It was wonderful. And I've expanded. I put 2 more 2-inch conduits so I could triple my system if I needed to. I'm looking forward to at least doubling it. I got an inverter from old Johnny Valentine that I need to rebuild and put a new power module in it. And then I will hopefully be up with 16 kW of Outback Radian and put up more solar. So it's that's a ton of grid feeding. Yes. That's why I like having a net meter system. When power goes out, who cares? I can run, I can cruise off grid, but why waste the energy? From 9 to 3, I'm working somewhere on somebody's off grid job or helping somebody somewhere, and I'm not using any power. So I'm sending it all back and getting credit for it. And my battery is just in float. And then we've had power outages, and it's a lot of fun to throw the switch and be able to, the way I've got mine set up, I can send the power anywhere on my property. So, dude, just add a 120 pump in the well. Not necessarily. Some of them don't have the head pressure. I wonder if a time will come in which your electric company won't take your excess power. Good topic, Alex. Yes, and they've done that in Hawaii. They've done that in Nevada. They've done it in many places where they will not take any more solar power. That's why we like to build our systems to be in an off-grid fashion so that we can use batteries. We can use combination of generators, batteries, solar, and we can be completely off the grid with all the modern conveniences. My state of charge is 92% at 10 p.m. I don't know what my state of charge is at. What is my state of charge? It's not showing me on here. The shunts aren't right. My battery should be at 100%. Anyway, sidetrack. Shiny. Back to live. All right, I'm missing a bunch of questions. Alex Berg beat me to it. Due to government policy or business buyouts. Hawaii, yes. I think I need your email, sir. Yeah. It is info@practicalpreppers.com. I should type that in here. I gotta get a microphone. Info@practicalpreppers.com. Okay, and there's my email. I just put it in the chat window. LOL, sorry for the sidetrack. That's fine, not a problem. Can you say hello to my friend Toby the Rockstar? Hey Toby the Rockstar, what you doing? I don't know who you are, but I just doing what I was told. Okay, what's your software? Which one? What software are we talking about? I'm using OBS to do this live. Optics RE was my solar portal. Not sure what you mean by what is my software. Yeah, we are not grid tied either. Thank you, it just showed. Nice, Russ. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just going to keep, I'm cooking along here. I don't know how much longer we'll go. Your house like a phone. It's lithium, the future. Your house like a phone. Battery Tesla wall types. I don't know if lithium really is the future. I think some of these flow batteries are going to be the future. I think materials like aluminum batteries are going to be the future that aren't as dangerous as lithium. I think there's other materials, there's other battery technologies, battery chemistries that are going to beat lithium ion, and they're going to beat it badly. So, and I'm looking forward to it. All right. You elaborate on a Panasonic battery. The Radiant Hybrid is a wonderful thing too with its abilities, especially if a co-op that will not accept hookups to export to the grid from solar. You need to start your system small. Yes, Clergy Urge, that is so true. I have run my Outback Radiant in Grid Zero mode. I love it. It allows a small system to run just about everything in the house, and I need to do it for about a month to really compare. But it also will bring in grid power to start my loads. Like my Radiant won't start my 5 horsepower compressor, but when it's on Grid Zero, it starts it because it pulls a little bit of power simultaneous from the grid to start it. So it's an amazing thing. Seeing a flow bat that was made out of wax was so cool. Yes, the flow batteries are just amazing. Does optics already come with your system or separate? It's a separate add-on. You just install it, software, download it. There's always the only problem I've had with it, Outback doesn't send you a notification that the firmware needs to be updated. Now it can go for weeks and I'm not getting any reading, and I've got to go update the firmware. Pain in the neck, but not a big deal. Yeah, I think flooded lead batteries are still the best bet for larger off-grid systems. Yes, built to perform. The flooded lead acid battery is the workhorse. That's why I have mine as it is a workhorse. It's a great forklift battery, golf cart batteries. As long as you maintain them and you do not deep cycle them, and you either have them in a state of charge connect and you're not just abusing them. But the flooded lead acid battery, yes, is probably still the best. Anyone using nickel Jason, who left, who was in the chat, he's using the nickel medicines. He's not a big fan of them. He thought he was going to be, but I don't think he is now, and they've had some major failures. I just have 8 T105 bats for my setup now. Been like that for 2 years. Yeah, Yankee, it's a flooded lead acid T105. So many systems. My brother's had couple years with his water system off grid with a T105 setup. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. I love my golf cart with the golf cart batteries. Thing is a workhorse. You got to take care of them. You got to water them. You got to check specific gravity, and if you can equalize them and refresh them, all the better. Battery cost is a setback. Batteries are crazy expensive. That's why you need to baby them. All right. Check out the Nova documentary, Searching for the Super Battery. I will do that, John. Glad, I love my Amazon Fire Stick. I got this Amazon Fire Stick, and I am totally changed television for me. I can big screen watch YouTube videos. I'm watching documentaries. I watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it. Forget all the other cable crud. And so I pull up what I want. I search for what I want to watch. And so John just gave me a great idea to go search for the Nova documentary, Searching for the Super Battery. I just watched a documentary from the 30s on water. Fantastic. Victor Schoenberg. You got to look at this video on water. It's just amazing. Building a 24-volt battery bank with Deca T105s. It's awesome. It's Vosh. It's a cow. Isn't Vosh a cow? Sorry, it's Vosh if I just insulted you. But building a 24-volt battery with Deca T105s, nothing wrong with it. From Sam's Club. Nothing wrong with that, man. So I live on an income of $720 a month, so I've had to do all I can of the cost of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you guys know what you need to do to stay within the budget. And signing off. All right, Built to Perform. God bless you too. Wow, still going. Yep, still going. How you doing, Ed? Is that Ed Turner from Panama City? I think it is. We are still going, just answering people's questions about batteries, solar, making electricity, arguing over off-grid versus being on the grid, utility companies selling back, turning your grid capabilities off, all different types of subjects, and getting some cool ideas from some of my subscribers. That's an awesome thing too. So too much information overload, can't keep up with the direction, I have to research. Yes, Russ, do your research, but sometimes good information overload is a good thing. Stretch your mind, stretch your brain, and try something new. So every week I'm working on something that is just stretching, and it's awesome. 3 strings of 8 batteries, 48 volts, T105s, broke setup. What? I don't know why it broke, but you're going 24 now. Okay, I'm just reading some of the comments here. All right, folks, I guess we're kind of tapering off, or probably because I'm tapering off. It's been a long week, a very productive week. And you're welcome, Yankee 4. I have IBS in my arms. Been so sick today. This has been a true blessing. Well, I appreciate it, man. You have IVs in your arms. Wow, I'm sorry, Yankee 4. So I run into a lot of people this week that are just hurting. So it's a blessing to be a blessing to others. So anyway, appreciate you. Actually, if one person got on my chat, that is more than I deserve. So I just appreciate all the folks that come on, that subscribe, that comment. Sometimes I get a little impatient and just cut people off, and that's just because no excuse for that. But I appreciate you coming on here. And the opportunity to share is a privilege. It is a blessing. This YouTube stuff, I don't know how long it'll last, but it's getting better and better. So I'm excited for the live. Yes, he does, Yankee 4. Absolutely, mine too. Take some time. I don't know how to take time off. Why would I want to take time? I don't want to take. Just a little defensive now, redneck prepper. Yeah, I don't know how to take any time off. So that's a problem that I have. But I just enjoy what I do, and so I keep going till I fall asleep, and I'm about to do that. So anyway, folks, I don't see a lot of other questions coming in, so I'm going to sign off. We went about an hour and 40 minutes. So thanks for showing up. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Appreciate that. And we'll keep doing this. We'll kind of go through and give you an update on some projects, hopefully answer some questions, show you some really cool pictures and slideshows and things. We got a lot of volumes to show you, and then get into some specifics. Actually, maybe take one of your projects and work through it. Let's take one of your wells and figure out. Somebody wanted me to go through the whole process of speccing out a Grundfos pump. And that will be a blessing to somebody. Somebody that won't comment, somebody won't say anything, but they're listening intently because they have the same exact numbers and the same project that they're working on. And I'll just share this with you today in closing that I met with a guy today. He had a really beautiful piece of property with a beautiful view. But a lot of times what comes along with a view is not a lot of water, because you're high up on the hill, and that's not where water typically goes. And so they drilled a 600-foot borehole, and there was no water. So we thought. So I went over there and I said, I wouldn't have drilled there. This is where I would drill. And we talked, and he's got a little bit of a guarantee with the well drilling company. And so I said, let's go back to the well, and I said, let's take the cap off. I took the cap off, and I took a rock and I dropped it. And sure enough, kerplunk, at 98 feet, we hit water. They said there was no water. And they drilled 600 foot down, or 500 plus. So anyway, there's about 750 gallons of water in his well, and so it's awesome. So I said, worst case scenario, we can do something with this well. He's still going to get another one drilled. So I say all that to say that it is awesome to go to people's places and help them with their water, their power, and just because the well guy that's been doing this 50 years a certain way says you can't do it doesn't mean you can't do it. There's a lot of cool ways through slow water pumping and low water sensors to save a low producing well and allow you to live very comfortably on a piece of property that you thought you were stressing about that you had no water. So anyway, really cool things happen just by going and trying to be a blessing in other people's lives. I'll be back next time. Okay, Wood and Water, that's a great name for a channel. That's awesome. Wish I had named my channel that. Thanks for taking the time out. You're welcome. Thanks for coming on. I want to tear down on that chiller. Aha, I hear you. Got one out back. You'd have to come to my house and we'll tear it down. All right, folks, I'm going to sign out, and God bless you all, and we'll see you next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to keep doing this, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. And I learned a lot myself tonight, so appreciate it. Take care, folks. How do you stop this crazy thing? Oh, yeah. I've been on here so long I don't even know. It's so cool. I'm doing this through OBS and not even on YouTube. So the encoder does it all. Eric Parlow, what do you say? CPN Astro Breakfast Meeting tomorrow, JNS and Fletcher. Topic is EMP. Oh, man. I can't do it. I'm supposed to be at a consult that tomorrow. Dang. Too many things, so little time. All right, I'm out of here. God bless you all. Bye.